right, you saw phase 1. This is going to cover phase 2, 3, and 4 of call center optimization. And this video specifically is going to show you how to totally eliminate missed calls. So you've got your call center doing 10x the outbound. That means every rep who's doing 200 dials is ringing 2,000 phones a day. So what does that mean? That means you're going to get a lot of calls back. And guess what? If your reps are busy, it's really hard to get them to hang up and answer the inbound call, even though it's obviously a live person, they should do it. They're not going to always do it. They're going to miss calls. It's a fact. So if you go and check your records, I guarantee you missed a lot of callbacks today, especially if you're dialing on a 10x power dialer or predictive dialer. So the way that we handle this is we use two voice providers. I was Air's 38th agency member. I've been using AI voice since it came out. Air throws a lot of errors. So a lot of the time you'll call Air and it'll be silent. Air AI. And so for that reason, we set up an alternate setup with Simple Talk. Simple Talk is more straightforward. It's not going to go off the script as much, which can be good for sensitive industries. But it does very well with what you need it to do when you're trying to handle a client who's trying to call you back. And so you can use either one in this situation, depending on if you need to be more creative with these clients or if it can be pretty straightforward and it's sensitive. But you should know it's good to have a dual setup. Our inbound setup, if there's one of them that stops working, it automatically flips to the other. So we use Simple Talk. I know the owner, they don't do small integrations. So I have a quick setup guide in our community where you can get started with Air right away, and I give you some prompts in the setup guide to how to do that for free in the community. And then if you're on our basic plan, which is the $97 a month, you get access to us for an hour every month in support, and you get all of our software, which is a GoHighLevel sub account, plus our 2 other softwares that we've created that expand the AI functionality of HighLevel. And one of them is actually a Make and Zapier application, so technically it's 3 that we've created that we're going to give you. And you get our conversational AI expansion software, which allows you to have full flexibility with conversational AI so that you can update contact fields and trigger automations, add tags through the AI. So that expands your communication on SMS, email, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, right? So basically, the first thing you're going to want to do, you get all these missed calls coming back in. You're going to, after 20 seconds of ring time, if no one answers in the call center, you're going to forward it to an AI booking agent. This way, the call center owner or you have nothing to worry about because these clients would have been missed regardless. So day 1 of installing this, and this is a quick install, you're going to know that you booked 10 appointments that you would never have booked otherwise. And it's a really great way to show value early on in the process with anybody you're working with. Now, the next phase is setting up the outbound. And the first thing you set up is a disconnected agent. So what that means is that if someone calls the inbound line, they get the AI voicemail or the AI booking agent and they hang up, it's going to call and text them, email, whatever channels you have, and say, hey, we got disconnected, what can we help you with? Now it's going to follow up 7 times over message and call them 7 times. And you can customize the number of times that it calls or texts and follow up, and you can choose the time distance between the calls and everything. That's with our full custom setup. It's concierge service to do all that. So that's the disconnected call and text, full conversational AI on both. And then you want to set up your outbound nurtures. So phase 2 is really just the calls forwarding to AI booking. Phase 3 is setting up all these outbound nurtures, and this is the first really big lift. This is a lot of work and a complicated setup. The way that you handle inbound calls is also really important. We spent hundreds of hours developing the way that we collect information. You can't have a missed digit in a phone number or the AI looping with them trying to get it right because it'll get caught in a loop. And these are the issues that we've worked a long time to resolve. I'll tell you one clue is you don't want your AI confirming information back with them. It will get caught in a loop with whichever one you're using. You just want to have the person say the information and then spell it or give the digits. Do both, and the AI should be able to get it correct. After the call is over, you're going to want to analyze that transcript in Zapier. It's much cheaper than HighLevel, and you're going to get cheaper, better AI models to use. So you analyze that transcript. Now you can do this with our Make or our Zapier app. They can both take all the actions in the 2.0 API, or at least over 100. And so you analyze that conversation. You can say, hey, if the address looks like it might not be right, send them the address confirmation text. And so these are all flows we already have built, guys. We can do this for you like that. You can even validate that address through a Google API to make sure it's a real address. You can charge cards. You can do whatever you want from Zapier using our apps. So we're going to analyze that transcript, and then it's going to decide, was that a disconnected call? Was that a booked appointment? What was that? Is there anything extra we need to do? And it's going to trigger those follow-up sequences. So that's just the disconnected setup and the validation setup. And I consider that phase 2. Phase 3, that's when you do so that's the validation setup. Phase 3, I would say that's where you start doing the disconnected callbacks and the outbound sequences, right? So disconnected and just nurture flows. So when a lead comes in, text it, call it. So let that run for a month or two, and what you'll notice is the sales reps, the only deals they're going to be getting are the ones set by AI, because it's going to call first, and it's going to book anyone who's really interested. So what we saw in my center and what we've now seen in some others is that after a couple months, the data is going to show you that all of the good leads, you might be missing 1%, they're getting booked by AI, and at that point, it's time to reduce the call center a little bit and increase the number of closers and redirect that money to ad spend. And that's when you really start scaling at a rapid speed. So right now, we're giving our courses for setting all of this up and all the software for $97 a month. The pricing's on massmarket.ai. If you join our community, you'll get free access to a simple setup for air, which can be used for inbound or outbound. And our done-for-you work, each plan includes a certain number of hours. You can get your AI set up with a few extra hours if you purchase those on top at the $297 plan. You get 5 hours a month. At the $497, you get 10 hours, and that's enough to do the full setup and run your ads. And then we have a spreadsheet you can download where you can see exactly how many hours it takes to do each thing. I'm going to be releasing a video on our support widget. Guess what? We trained an AI support widget that'll be in your HighLevel on all 1,500 GoHighLevel support documents. So all of the support solutions, 1,500 of them, plus all of our courses, so that you can literally go in and say, okay, how do I finish setting up my HighLevel? How do I set up the disconnected forwarding to the next agent? You can ask it anything, and right from your HighLevel, it'll guide you through everything. If you have trouble or your clients have trouble, it'll walk them through submitting a ticket. And this is across all channels, the same ones you use to contact them in sales, since it's running through HighLevel using our software that expands the conversational AI. And then it'll add a ticket to your Notion dashboard. You can then delegate that to us or do it yourself. So we're here to be a backup for you guys and to provide you with the most cutting-edge AI solutions there are. And I'm looking forward to meeting you all so we can help you get a head start. Thank you.